Hey, my YouTubers and everybody in the world. Today is Friday, July the 1st. The time is now 12:24 p.m., guys. It's going to be a beautiful Friday all day. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you guys can see more of me. And make sure to visit my website, adaycreations.com, guys. Now, today's topic is going to be 5 major red flags early on in a relationship, guys. So this is 5 major red flags that you guys need to look out for early on in a relationship. Now, the first major red flag to look out for early in a relationship is a history of violence. I feel like a lot of times when we date people, we are not really interested in their past history, but it's important for us to be aware of this because that will tell us who the person is. Now, I'm not saying that people cannot change because it's a strong possibility that with time and with practice that you can change and become a better version of yourself. But the chances of that happening are quite slim. Like if a person has a history of hitting people, putting people in jail, putting them in dangerous situations, or just like being disrespectful and belligerent, then that is probably who they actually are. And early on in a relationship, they're going to be cool, calm, collected, but eventually the true who they truly are will start to show. So I think it's really important for us to pay attention to the history of violence and don't think that it can't happen. Now, the second major red flag early on in a relationship, guys, is a person who's impulsive, a person who needs to have control all the time, a person who just, cannot help but like want to be in control all the time of every situation. Now, it's okay to want to be in control sometimes and show a little dominance and stuff and show that you're independent and you can do these things on your own. But if a person is like constantly impulsive and if they just want to control everything that you do, that is definitely a red flag because it's a sign that at some point in time they want to control your life. They're going to want to control what you wear, what you say, how you act around people. And that's really bad because then that makes you feel like you cannot be yourself around them. So I do feel like that's another red flag that we need to pay attention to and be aware of. Now, the third major red flag early on in a relationship, guys, is a person that engages in destructive behavior or like dangerous behavior. Like if you know that a person is the type of person that's often getting in trouble, arguing, fighting, and just like belligerent towards other people, that's definitely a red flag to look out for. Because what that tells you is that when you're hanging out with that person or the group of people that they choose to hang out with, it's a strong possibility that you guys are going to get into some type of altercation. And it may not be your fault, but just because you are with that person, it's like guilty by association. So if you are around a person or you're dating a person that's constantly engaging in dangerous behaviors, that's something to look out for because that's a sign that at some point in time that person is going to get you caught up in something. So if you see those type of behaviors or you see those type of bad habits, then that's probably the person that you don't want to get involved with because at some point in time it's going to affect your life. Now, the fourth main red flag early on in a relationship, guys, is a person that makes threats towards other people. And this goes back to number 3, engaging in dangerous behaviors. If you are dating someone that's constantly threatening people, that's constantly, disrespecting them, then at some point in time, that same behavior is going to be directed towards you. So if you see that a person that you're dating is always threatening people and wishing bad upon them, then that's probably not the type of person that you really want to get involved with because at some point in time, that same energy is going to come towards you and then you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to find a way around it or just get yourself out of it. So I advise you to run if you're dating someone that just, does not care about how they treat other people. Now, the fifth main red flag early on in a relationship, guys, is telling you what to wear. A person that tells you what to wear will turn into the same person that tells you how to act and who you can and cannot talk to. So I feel like that's a red flag. Some people, for some odd reason, think that it's cute to date someone who tells you like what you can and cannot wear or who you can and cannot talk to. But after a while, that will start to affect your life, because now you feel like you can't have friends. It's certain family members they may not want you to interact with, because those family members know that the person you're dating is clearly wrong for you, and they don't want that to interfere in your relationship. And if they're telling you what to wear, I mean, at some point in time, they're gonna want to tell you, listen, I want you to cover up all the time. And that's, you know, why purchase clothing that you feel comfortable with, but now you can't wear it because the person that you're dating feels insecure about it. It can be a big problem, and it will. Now, this is last but not least, guys. This is another major red flag early on in the relationship: a person who moves too quickly. Now, to me, I do feel like this happens a lot more often than you think. Like, you meet a person, you guys are vibing, everything is perfect, but you jump into a relationship 1 or 2 months into knowing each other. It's never a good thing, because like I said before, a person is going to be perfect when you first meet them. They're going to be on their best behavior. But after a while, the red flags will start to show, because that person can only put on a mask for so long. So if you're moving too quickly, that's a bad thing, because you're in a relationship with someone you really don't know. And my advice when it comes to that is take your time. Talk to them, hang out with them, be friends with them first so you can see what they're really about. And then you can decide if that's someone that you actually want to be in a relationship with or not. Some people, you may be attracted to them, but you guys are probably better off as being friends. And it's okay with just being friends with a person that you're attracted to, and don't take it to the next level. Because once sexual interactions happen, it changes the vibe between you guys. Now that person feels like they can control you, the things you do, the things you say, and you don't want that type of strain on yourself. You don't want someone on top of your back all the time, because it's an uncomfortable feeling. So those are the major red flags early on in the relationship. If you guys, like this video and want to see more videos like this from me, give this a huge thumbs up. And like I always say, guys, leave some comments down below and let me know which one you vibe with the most. Make sure to visit my website, adaycreations.com. And until the next video, guys, peace.